My name's Chad Pickeral, and I have long hair. I used to keep my hair fairly short, skateboard, rat tail, anything like that. But I'd get my hair cut usually about every 2 weeks or so. And so you start going a little bit longer than what you normally do, and people start to ask questions. Whenever I was 14, I got really fervent about the Bible and religion, and I was reading a chapter every night. And I came to 1 Samuel. And I got into 1 Samuel and read about how whenever Samuel's mom was dedicating him, that she said that he would never cut his hair. And I thought, I can do that. My mom figured out what I was doing right away, and my dad, he would ask questions every once in a while, but really there was no problem at all. About the biggest threatening thing, I guess, was whenever people come up to you questioning your orientation. My nanny, that's my grandma on my dad's side, she used to say that she would get me a little dress because I was trying to look like a girl. Whenever my two cousins, I can remember they got their ears pierced, and she said, "Oh, now all my grandsons want to be little girls." And my wife thinks that's funny now, so it's okay. It really wasn't until Southern that I met any type of conflict, really. Whenever I decided, hey, I'm going to Southern, I'm going to study theology, I wanted to do everything right. I wanted to do everything by the book. And so I looked, even before I applied at Southern, I looked at the rules. I think it was the handbook, and read all the rules, the guidelines, anything that I could find. And one of the rules that I noticed is that you couldn't have your hair touching the shoulders. Obviously, that was a problem for me at the time. And so I emailed the Dean of Men, and I asked him about it. I was like, what can I do? And I actually got written permission to have my hair long at Southern so that I could abide by all the rules and do this right. I chose to study theology at Southern. And that department doesn't really enjoy people that are like me, a little different. Some of the teachers even would come up every once in a while and say things like, people in a church situation wouldn't really look at you. Your ministry could be affected because of your hair. Maybe my ministry isn't to the same people. Maybe I'm supposed to minister to other people. I even had teachers, say, you're really good at preaching, you're really good at research, you're really good at this, but you're not marketable because of your hair. They never let me interview. I wasn't invited to interview with any of the conferences or anything of that nature. I wasn't what Southern wanted to present to the conferences. Whenever somebody tells you, you're not marketable because of your hair, it can make you feel kind of rough. But I always had the determination that, I am qualified. I know this stuff. I'm doing this not for people, but for a higher cause, a bigger reason. Or else, it would have been discouraging, and I honestly would not have stayed with theology if I didn't have that mindset of, I'm doing this for God and not for man. Now, it seems like I've said a lot of negative things about the religion department and theology and all this whatnot at Southern, and I don't mean anything negative about any of those teachers. They were genuine concerns, and they honestly, I don't think they had a clue of how it affects a person, or anything like that. But there were some teachers that really stood out as just being these wonderful people. Dr. Leatherman, Dr. Tilstra, and even in the end, Dr. King. Just wonderful people that just accept you for who you are. Look past long hair, look past, some of my friends had tattoos and stuff like that. They look past all that. They don't care. They know what you're there for, and they're there for the same reason. I honestly do not think that I would change anything about it, because it has really helped me see just how people are treated and things like that, and how not to treat people in certain circumstances. It's helped me meet people where they'll just come up to you and start talking because you have long hair. and I wouldn't have wanted to miss those opportunities.